on, Dave. That's my boy, come on. Great transition.
Amazing.
Yes.
Team, and next, number 12.
Yes.
Yo, so we are here. We are finally here with the show day video. Yeah, so if you haven't seen last week's video, I put up this week, I put it up, but it's the peak week, and I strongly suggest you go and watch that video first before you come and watch this video, because you'll be able to compare how much my mood has changed since clearly after the show, and also it just gives you a bit of an insight into what went into the week beforehand, before going into the show day. But if you've already seen that, then stay tuned for this video. I'm going to go through the whole showdown. I'm going to try and not skip straight to me being on stage. I'm going to try and talk through everything that happened and everything leading up to the show. The professional photos have now come through, so hence I'm now able to film this. And then I'm going to stick them in here. I haven't even put them on Instagram or Facebook or anything else yet, so this is the first place that they're going to be coming up. So yeah, anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to go into what actually happened. So as you've seen on the last video, that was the Saturday morning, and then we travelled up to London, and I'm not even going to go into the amount of events that went on that Saturday, but everything was against us. But anyway, fast forward, actually get there, actually get to an Airbnb because of the mayhem that happened with Vaughn. And then we had to, so I got to the Airbnb, I had to rush a bit, so I had a shower, but I wasn't allowed to use any body scrub or anything. It was more just a rinse off, because it would have messed with the tan and could have made me green basically. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted to turn up on the stage green, although it would have been funny to see like a Hulk impression. Anyway, I'll digress. So yeah, had the shower, rushed to the tanning and made it on time. This time I was in all loose clothing, obviously, because I can't have skin on skin from the base coat. This is the base coat that I was having on the Saturday evening. And then I went and got that done. Whilst I was getting that done, I saw and said hello to Michael, which a lot of you have probably known from Love Island. That's where he became pretty famous. He's pretty famous now, to be fair. And he was competing on the same stage and everything that I was, which is pretty cool. So with the tan, you can obviously do it yourself, but there's an option now, especially with the PCA, to get your pro tan done. I don't know about the other federations, I'm assuming it's probably the same sort of sketch, but a pro tan, but you go to these tanning natural setups, which I went to, and in my opinion, I feel like if you're going through all of this hell in your prep, you may as well just get the pro tan done, because you don't want to come in and your tan look off compared to everyone else, because most of the people, everyone that was in my category went and got the pro tan done. So I think you look a bit out of place if you come in a really golden tan, or I don't know, light tan or something like that. But yeah, so I paid for extra for the pro tan, where you go basically just get naked with a load of other blokes and put a cocksock on and get spray tanned. Basically, that's the hard black and white bit. Some people might find that a bit weird, but I'm not really fazed by it, to be honest with you. Got that tan done, and then this is a video of me literally before leaving the tanning station. I just took a video with my shower cap on, if you like to call it. Probably should have taken that off, but yeah, as you can see, pretty dark at the start. That then develops overnight, and then I got my last coat done in the morning, because obviously you might get streaks and stuff overnight, or it's rubbed off in certain areas, which mine did a little bit, but not too much. And because I'm already fairly like dark, I'm not completely white, I didn't have to stand there and get a thick first coat done. So a lot of lads who, let's say a lot of the Scottish lads maybe, because they're really pale, they had to stand there and get a thick coat done and then stand in front of the fans like this for, I don't know, not half an hour or something, waiting for everything to dry. But mine was literally, I don't know, like 5 minutes maybe, waiting for it to dry. So yeah, I then went back to the Airbnb from the tanning. I was absolutely starving. I was still mega depleted at this point. I had my last meal, which I will put up on the screen just here. I had that, and I was so hungry that I actually thought that I had another meal, because that day I hadn't obviously fasted in the morning like I would have done when I was doing my cardio and stuff like that on peak week. So I had my breakfast quite early, and yeah, I ended up thinking that I had another meal, but I didn't actually have another meal to have. So I had that last meal, and then immediately I knew I had to start winding down and try and get some sleep basically. And then I tried to chill out as much as possible, so I had some melatonin, which is something that helps you sleep, it's something your body produces naturally, but you can have tablets of it if you know where to look. It doesn't put you to sleep per se, but it just helps make you more sleepy. So I had the melatonin around 8 o'clock, maybe just after, and then I had to have my check-ins. So I had the food, and then I had the melatonin, because it takes a little while to get into the system, maybe like half an hour, 40 minutes to get into the system, so I can actually change it out. Within an hour, I'd say that's when I normally feel more tired and that from it. So I'd done that, and then I had my last check-ins after my meal, which I will show you probably just here. But the lighting and the flash and stuff on the camera, it just came out all pixelated, and yeah, I didn't look anything like how I did on there. Even though the quality is really bad, you can sort of get the gist. So before bed, I then practiced my routine, because I realised I hadn't actually been practicing it for a couple of weeks because of how depleted I've been and whatever. So I just done a quick run through of my routine, so I hadn't forgotten it. Again, to my music, the one that I've been practicing it with 8 months, 15 months. I'll explain why I'm going over this at a later time. You'll figure out if you don't already know. But yeah, I then got into bed and tried to sleep. So sleep on a show day, or just before a show day, is pretty non-existent, to be honest with you. If anyone has ever done a comp before, they'll know exactly what I mean. Like, you just, as well as you being so depleted and it's being hard to sleep anyway, because you're in this really big deficit, it's also hard to sleep because obviously you're thinking about the show, you're going over everything in your head. Especially for me, as it was my first one, I was thinking, fuck, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if, I don't know, I fall over, or have my balls hanging out, or my tan starts running, or I just get absolutely crushed because I'm nowhere near lean enough or big enough. All these endless things were racing through my mind, or what if I don't wake up, blah blah blah. So yeah, as long as I was in sort of like a state of relaxation, even if I wasn't completely asleep and I could still hear the things going on around me, I was sort of content with that, because I thought, you know what, just try and relax as much as possible, just try and forget about it almost, and just keep as relaxed as possible. Because if you get stressed, your physique can show that. Your cortisol levels can go up, you can end up holding water and stuff because you're stressed out. That's the last thing I want to do, so I was trying to obviously water deplete at this point and just pee everything out and have as little water in my body as possible, which I managed to do quite successfully. Because in the morning I done my check-ins, and this was the message from my coach. As you can see there, he says that obviously I've done a few trips to the toilet, which I did. I was pissing all night on that show night, pretty much, getting rid of every ounce of the water. And then come the morning, I was mega dried out, like really very lean. So yeah, there wasn't an ounce of water in my body, but come the morning time, I was completely dried out. But the morning came around, I got up, done my morning routine, probably going for another piss. And oh, what happened there? And I was starving, so I done my check-ins straight away at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then got my meal come through at 20 past, I think it was. And my meal was this year, I can't remember off the top of my head, I think it was like 50 grams of chicken, 50 grams of rice maybe. Anyway, it's right there so you can see it. But I then remembered whilst I was on the way to my next town to take a quick video, because originally obviously I was meant to have someone follow me around and vlogging literally the whole thing from the day before, the during, and then the day after, but they then got called into work and they got canned. Anyway, so this was like a little video from the show day. Right, good morning. Got up at 6:30 this morning, show day. Now on the way to the final coat for tan, because yeah, I'm pretty dark now, but there's a couple of like streaky patches and stuff, and just get it done early. Got that in about 10 minutes time. Hair's glued down. Meal one is in, which was 50 grams of chicken, 50 grams of rice, 10 grams of almond butter, and they lied on the Airbnb and said that they was open at the registration thing from like 7, so I thought I was going to be able to actually have a hot meal, but we ended up having to improvise and use a hairdryer to try and cook the rice and the fucking chicken. Let's just put it this way, it wasn't the best meal on prep that I've had, but here's what you gotta do. Yeah, so we'll see how the day goes on there. Just going to be having small amounts of water, 200 millilitres of the first meal, which I haven't finished yet, but essentially I just want to stop myself from cramping up. But yeah, it's the day. Here we go. Arrived at the tanning, basically final coat of tanning. Got that done and saw a couple of other people that I was going to be competing against. Spoke to them briefly, also tanning and stuff. And then from there, it all went really fast, to be honest with you. So I then went into like a little weight bay. I got out my weights and stuff for pump up. My bands, my weights, only little 10 kg weights I brought with me. And then I think I had some carby food maybe when I was waiting around for like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. And then from then I got called up to, because I was the second category on, I then got called up to backstage, which is like a little setup what they have. So they have the people that are pumping up, the people that are literally now going on stage, and then it sort of rotates around. So then they've always got the next category ready to go on. So I was backstage there, and this is sort of what it looked like. As you can see, there's some people pumping up, there's people doing different routines, there's some people eating sweets, there's some people sleeping. But yeah, from there I then had a little pump up, and the 200 millilitres of water that I had with my first meal that I hadn't finished, as I explained when I was in the car, I sort of sipped on that as and when I needed it. So I was just keeping completely dry still. I still went for a wee before I even went on stage, to be honest with you. I had some salty crisps that helped me pump up, so the sodium is going to obviously give me that fullness and help me pump up a little bit, and stop me from cramping. And obviously the carbs is going to just open that glycogen store and help me pump up again, because I was obviously super flat and depleted. So yeah, had the crisps, pumped up, done, side raises, bicep curls, some press ups, I didn't pop up my legs because I didn't want them swollen. I wanted them to be as cut as possible, which they were as cut as possible. And then obviously went out on stage, and first of all you go out and you do comparisons with everybody. So you do front, side, rear, side, and then you go through the front double bicep, and then you go through the front lat spread, and then you go side chest, side tri, and then you go to the rear and you do your rear double bicep and then your rear lat spread. Then you come to the front and do a abs and thighs and a most muscular. So yeah, I will put up the pictures, the professional pictures from PCA here, so you can have a little look through them. Obviously I brought a classic look to the stage. In a junior bodybuilding category right here. So this wasn't actually my category, which is why I'm happy with what the results I got even more, because it wasn't a category that I'm actually suited for. So clearly my physique is classic physique, with the small waist, the wide shoulders and the vacuum and stuff, against these so-called like mass monsters that I was against. That's what they were looking for more in this category. There's the mass sort of thing, because it's a bodybuilding category at the end of the day. However, saying that, looking at these photos, I would say that I'm not just licking my own arse or anything, but I would say that I was the leanest person on that stage. So I was told that once I got off the stage and spoken to people, and they were like, yeah, you were definitely the most driest and leanest on the stage. Obviously at that time I'm just thinking, yeah, people just say these things, but then having looked at these photos afterwards and compared them for a good few hours, I would say that even against the guy that won, he was better suited for this category, clearly a lot bigger than me, but conditioning wise I would say I was in better conditioning than the guy that even won, because in this shot for example, my hamstrings are just completely diced compared to these other people here. And then in this shot here, there's a back shot where you can see my rear delts look so carved. It looks like I could get my hand underneath of the back of my rear delts in that rear double bicep shot, compared to the other people that you can see on the stage. This far left guy was the actual winner, so he came first. He's conditioned, don't get me wrong, but like his traps and stuff are conditioned to a point. If you look again across to my ones, you can see cross striations going through my traps, which is like a crazy indicator of how lean I actually was, to be honest with you. But having said all that, I came in 5th, so I placed, which is, I'm happy enough anyway, because I placed in my first show. I was the only person in that category as a first timer. I wasn't even in the category of classic, so obviously my physique is classic, and I still managed to place. And yeah, my conditioning obviously helped me place, I reckon. My posing routine went well. These are the shots from my posing routine. I'll show you these now before I forget. And what happened with my posing routine? So my posing routine was good. It got a chuck up by the judges. The judges said that it was good in my feedback. They said that I had a beautiful posing routine and it was one of the best that they had seen in that show. And everyone in the audience and stuff, my friends and family, my coach and stuff, said that the routine was spot on. But the song that I've been preparing for with this show for the last however many months and however many hours, they messed up, they didn't put it in there. So yeah, in the emails and stuff, it says, yeah, send in your music, which I sent in. I cropped it down perfectly, and they say, don't hassle us about the music, don't email us to get confirmation, we don't send out confirmations, it's 100% going to be sorted. And if it's not, then we'll play a song anyway, and you just have to roll with it. So I was told you just have to roll with it, otherwise you're going to get sat on basically, you're going to get like penalised by the judges. You can't just not do your routine because you haven't got the right music or whatever. So I've walked out on stage after doing the comparisons, and they didn't have my song. It started playing a song that I didn't even know, just a random song. So obviously I had to just adapt and overcome and just roll with whatever song that they were playing, which I did. And people in the audience and stuff didn't even notice that they had messed up my song. They thought that that was my song because of how I just adapted to it and just basically rolled with their music. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I can't change anything now, but obviously I would have so wished that it had been my song, because I'd have been able to hit the poses at the correct points and made it look even better. Even though I got a chuck up for my routine and how everything flowed, I could have made it even better by doing it to the song that I'd actually been practicing it to. But yeah, anyway, enough of the moaning about the song. So I placed in 5th. I obviously got my PCA medal there, which I'm pretty buzzing with. And also, along with getting the chuck up for the routine and being able to compete with these other guys, I also got an invite to represent PCA and to be in the British finals, which is in 3 weeks' time. Unfortunately, first of all, I'm going to say I'm not going to be able to do this because purely for the fact of my work, in my line of work, it's been really hard for me to get the time off to be able to do this show, let alone being able to do one in 3 weeks' time, which is going to be a busy period anyway for what I'm doing at work. And also with having the time off from this, I'm obviously going to be utilised free work a lot in a couple of weeks. But I am happy and over the moon that I got an invite to the British finals, because not everyone on stage got an invite. The top 3 got invites, obviously. But yeah, over the moon with that, and that's going to be the first PCA Expo also, which is even crazier really, because that would have been an awesome thing to be able to do, but it's what it is. So there we have it, placed, invite to the British finals, and yeah, smashed the day, to be honest with you. Got a chuck up for the routine, like I say, and my posing and everything. You've seen the shots from the show day. I'm absolutely buzzing with my result, and it's a bit surreal still that I actually got up there and went to London and competed in front of all these people in this big arena. So yeah, I am proud that I've done it, and I do want to compete again 100%. My plan now is, if I can with work, to compete in the 2 Bros in April of 23 for the juniors. So then that will be the classic juniors, which I should have a good chance of actually coming in and placing in the top 3, I'd say, if I was to go for that show, because it's going to be for my age category and it's going to actually be a classic show, a classic category, rather than a bodybuilding. So all the things I was marked down for, the size, the wearing of the classic trunks and stuff like that, I will be marked up for in the next category. So stay tuned for maybe another prep series if my work can allow for it. So there we have it, show day complete. Obviously I'm going to bang up some pictures now of a few things after show day, because I came off the stage, got a few pictures with friends and family, and then went and eat my life away basically. Went to Five Guys and smashed way too much food, way too much food, overate, rebounded pretty bad, but the food afterwards was amazing to be able to just eat and to not have this fear of, oh, I can't eat this, or yeah, I'm gonna have to check in straight away, or don't have so much water, don't have the carbs, or just weighing it, for example. Just want to say a quick thank you for all the support from people. I'm not going to just go for whatever messaged or come support me in the gym, come support me at home. Just all the support saying that I can do it and stuff, and pushing me to do it. I'm much grateful for all that. But we're gonna have some exciting videos coming up now after show day, so I can speak about it now. The first video, the next video I think I'm going to do next week is going to be a review video of some Chinese food. So whilst I was on prep, we went to a Chinese supermarket, I think it was. Chinese supermarket. It also had a couple of Thai imports and stuff in there, but mainly Chinese or Asian. There was a lot of Asian stuff in there, mainly Chinese stuff. But yeah, we found it in Cambridge and spent, I don't know how much, maybe like £40 on all of this different food, which some of it I don't even know what it is. So I'm going to do a review video on that with Mrs. Foster Jr. probably next week, and then push that out to you lot so you can see us trying some crazy food. So I think with that video, I'm going to have my father come and help us try some of the food as well, because his favourite place on earth is Thailand, and his favourite dish from Thailand, I believe, is Tom Yum. And when we was in there, they had a Thai import section where they had things imported from Thailand, and I saw a Tom Yum. So getting that, you're going to have to bring him in on the video, and he can help us try some of these things. So you'll be able to meet him as well. If you haven't seen the Physique video, I'm going to put that down there. So if you've watched this whole video and you want to know more, or you want to know the lead up and you want to see what it was like leading up to the show, you can watch that there. I'm going to put up my whole prep series just here, so you can watch the rest of them. So this is the last video of my prep series until the Chinese taste of food session. Let's make some gains. Boom.